Yes, it's happening. And another house rule is we have a hopefully short presentation. We'd like to share with you the background of this challenge, why we are doing this, who we are looking for, and also the practical informations, how to apply and what you can win. At the end of this presentation, we'll jump into the Q&A session immediately. If we couldn't answer your questions, please feel free to turn on your microphone, turn on your video camera and join us and immediately ask your question. This is an open, friendly conversation. I'm checking there are 47 friends in this room, so it's between us. And I am jumping to the introduction. Probably most all of you know who is What Design Can Do, but it's always nice to share a short reminder. We are an international organization. We have a big mission. We try to empower international creative community to make a valuable contribution to solving the major problems of our time. This is a big mission, and we do this through several activities. We organize big design festivals in Amsterdam, in Mexico City. We organize gatherings, hands-on workshops. We bring together organization, businesses, government, to develop policies together, to create awareness on power of design. And we organize design challenges, just like this one. This is not our first rodeo. We are organizing this challenges since 2017. We started this journey in collaboration with IKEA Foundation. And the first challenge, as you see, it was focusing on climate action. And after that broad call, we started focusing on verticals such as climate, energy, and waste management and pollution. And last year we hosted Make It Circular Challenge. Maybe some of you already applied for that challenge. Maybe some of you, one of the nominees, could be the case. And after the successful challenge process, this year we ended up with Redesign Everything. But I'd like to share why we are focusing on, why we shaped this cause such a broad invitation. We run this challenge, of course, with a lot of organization with their support. One of our main partners in this IKEA Foundation, we also have strategic partners like Secret, Postcode Lottery, Canal. We have several media partners from all around the world. They are helping us to share this call, but also later on in the program, we are growing this curation almost every week. We add new organizations, new partners to this page. The reason for that, if you become one of our winners, you will be supported by these platforms by sharing your stories, and you will be able to share your ambitions and the change you want to create in the world. How we shape this call, every year when we kickstart this challenge conversation, we always start with the research part. We have a global research partners. They connect all these researchers from all around the world. As you see here, that it's not only a desk research, we also organize several physical activities like we did through our partnerships in Kenya, Nairobi Design Week. We organize workshops, we organize discussion circles, we come together with students, academicians, designers, climate activists, and experts to define the urgencies of those locations, but also where the designers are making the biggest impact. In one hand, we try to understand what are the biggest problems of the regions, cities, countries, maybe even those neighborhoods, but also we try to identify what kind of solutions designers are creating. The main goal was to ending up boiling it down to one call that everyone can find their voice in it. But of course, we noticed that it's a very big task, and there are a lot of things happening in the world, and everything is happening at the same time, from extreme weather to pollution, from land stress to water problems, that everything is super interconnected and everything is happening at the same time. So we noticed that we can't just leave one or the other out of the scope, and we ended up with Redesign Everything. This is an urgent call for creative climate solutions. We literally opened our doors for any creative climate solution. And to be practical, what we are looking for, to redesign everything, we know that we need everyone. We mean with everyone. We are looking for spaces, the projects that develops physical or digital spaces, could be to bring people together to create climate awareness, could be literally the physical solutions, could be any solution in architectural or construction ecosystem. These projects can be products, digital and physical again, could be literally a table, that renting system that helps people to transform their consumerism habits from buying to renting. This could be systems and services that will help us to transform our society to more circular and regenerative. This could be materials, new materials. Maybe you develop a material in your studio. You know that it has huge potential. You want to see that how it grows. And this could be also communications. We mean with communication can be communication channels, can be stories, can be a campaign, can be digital product, or can be a documentary or movie. So literally, although we say 5 disciplines, but we are literally, as you can see, open for everything. And we would like to share a few examples with you. This is, for instance, from our hometown, from Amsterdam. This is a project, the system, the example for a system. This is a digital platform that they bring together all these rain and water related solutions in Amsterdam. They map it out. They don't develop a product themselves, but they facilitate this awareness development and also this potential systemic change. Or another project, you must have known this project. It was also quite a famous one. When we say communication, mostly that is easy to think about that communication campaign or videos, but it's hard to think about font creation. So indeed, this could be also a font creation that will raise an awareness about climate crisis. Who can apply? To be perfectly honest, everyone can apply. But to make it practical, we are welcoming from idea stage to mature stage projects. Means that if you have a project, you have a prototype, you know that it's working, but you need a little bit of support to be sure that it will reach out to right beneficiaries and you will reach out to right network, you can apply. If you have an existing solution, existing initiative, could be you are already selling it, could be you already got an investment, could be that you already developed several sales channels that you're up and running, but it's a good project and you want to scale up, you want to learn, or you want to pivot your idea, or you want to grow your network. So you can still apply. And we are expecting these solutions to embrace one or more of these 8 strategies. So the ones on the left, you see that these are the ones that I think everyone knows. These are like fundamental methodologies, approaches of circular economy. But the ones on the right, that during our research, we also noticed that focusing on this transformation that we are advocating, it's not only about the industrial change, it's also about the mindset change. So we wanted to introduce these 4 Res, this reframe, reconnect, restore, and reimagine. It's also emphasis of power of design. We know that design is not only about the solution creation anymore, it also has a big role in the framing the problem, asking right questions. So it's literally at the very beginning of the circle. So we want to invite designers that who also are willing to dare to reframe some existing problems that our broken system already defined. Judging criteria. So we have 4 judging criteria. These are the criteria that we also share with our selection committee and jury members. What it means, what we noticed during the previous challenges, that when we talk about impact is a little bit of unknown territory for creative professionals. You will see several questions in the application form. We try to be as direct as possible with our questions. We are not looking for impact reports from you, or we are not looking for like, yeah, my solution is creating this much environmental impact in this kind of region. So we know that some of the solution, especially in the early stages of solution, it's not possible to measure this. Ecological, cultural impact is this specifically, but also in creative ecosystem, it's a little bit hard to measure your impact. But what we are looking for, if you have a research, of course, please share with us. You will see in the application form there are places that you can share just a link. Could be your Drive link, could be your existing report, but also share with us what kind of impact you want to create. What's in your vision? What you want to do if you would be part of this accelerated program, this community, this network. Design and creativity, obviously, this is a design competition. We know that design has a huge power in not only creating the best solution, but also creating desirability. And that helps society to embrace that good solution as fast as possible. So therefore, we are looking for unique, interesting, exciting, innovative solutions. Feasibility and scalability. Scalability and feasibility, it doesn't have to be that your project can be scaled in other countries. This could be like very well working within your neighborhood in a small scale, and you want to just grow in your city or within your region. But we are looking for, if you have any ambitions and plans for it, if you have any idea or like a vision about it, and it has to be feasible. We all want to do good. We all want to create huge impact, and we all want to change the system, but we really need real solutions. So therefore, we accept idea stage projects, but it also has to be feasibility. It has to be feasible. And team and network, last one. We are looking for teams who has a little bit of entrepreneurial mindset, who is willing and excited to jump in our accelerator program and learn from the experts that we are curating and grow their network and explain and also understands the impact of good network and mobilizing, utilizing their network. Because this program, if you become one of the nominees, even the nominees and the winners, you will be introduced to what Design Can Do network, and your network will start growing. And we really want to host solutions who gets excited as much as us to grow their network, to grow their impact. How to apply. So in this part, I leave stage to my colleague Chiri. And if you say next, I can click.
Amazing. Thanks, Tucha. Okay, so I'm just going to walk you through the how to apply process. We'll go through the little application form, and I'll give you a couple of little tips and tricks for your application. Next. Okay, so first step, you want to go to the Redesign Everything website. I can put that in the chat for you right now. And wait, I can't type and talk at the same time. Sorry. Okay. Redesigneverything.whatdesigncando.com. I just put that in the chat for you. Yeah, so first step, you want to hit that Join Now button. Oh, next. Okay, so once you hit that Join Now button, it's going to take you to this login page. If you've never submitted a project to What Design Can Do before, you're going to want to create a new account. And if you might have submitted something to a challenge, you probably have an existing account, in which case you can log in with that or recover your password. And please, if anyone has any questions while I'm talking, feel free to interrupt. Next. Okay, so when you're submitting your project, there's a few fields that you want to check. Email, password, obviously, and then you've got a privacy policy and some terms and conditions. If you read through these and decide, or if you have any questions, you can write to us and we can get back to you on it. I think it's pretty standard stuff, but yeah, any questions, feel free to contact us. Okay, now you get to the fun part, which is actually completing your profile. There's a few fields that you'd like to that we'd like you to fill out. A lot of these fields are going to be visible publicly once you publish your project. So you've got the name of the project lead on the profile, where you're from, the organization. So for example, if you're part of a collective or if you're submitting as a part of a startup or a company, you can put the name of that organization there. Your website, and I don't know if that member since displays on the website. I don't think so. Okay. Oh. Oh yeah. Another thing that will be publicly visible is this key visual that you see in yellow highlighted in red on the bottom left-hand corner. That key visual will show up together with your project name and the short description on the website. And this is all if you want your work published on our website. If you don't want your work published on our website, there's a little box you can check in the application form, and then it won't show up publicly. I hope that's clear. Okay, so if you hit submit new project, you'll go through a little explanation page. Down here in red, you can see the email that you can write to if you have any questions during the application process.
I think we
Next.
have a question. Would you like to have it now, Cherry, or at the end of the presentation? I see Carla wants to ask something.
Carla.
You can
Can you
open,
read the question to me?
Carla.
I can't see it.
You can turn on your
Oh, a hand.
yeah, she's not on the chat. She is with us.
Hey,
Hello,
Carla.
everyone. I just wanted to ask, what if we don't have a website yet?
Can you hear me? Yeah. If you don't have a website, but if you have other platforms, can be LinkedIn, can be Instagram, can be Twitter, you can share those ones. If you don't have anything, if you have a presentation in Drive, you can share that one. If still not, you can leave it empty. The reason we are asking this, of course, we are living in this social, super connected ecosystem and era. Besides the application form, we sometimes also want to check that what you guys are doing on their website, how you are communicating about your project. It's just an additional, also fun thing to browse around. If you don't have it, you can share other links or you can just skip it.
Okay, thank you so much.
And maybe I can say one thing about this. This is how the application form looks like. If you haven't created your account yet, This is what you will see after registering or creating your account. When you click the Submit New Project on the right, this is the form you will see. And there are sections, as you can see on the top, that about your project, impact, design, and creativity. You can always save your project as draft. If you are not sure that you are done, you can come back again, fill it a little bit again, until you click Submit Project. This will stay as a draft. So you can always change it. After you submitted your projects, you can still change it until the end of the call. So you will have time until the 13th of March to make final last adjustments if you are not happy about how it looks, for instance.
Yeah, and if you want a little overview of the application form, or if you're a bit more of an analog person, you can download the application form in whole. So if you want to have a little overview, feel free to do that as well. Okay, going back over to Tuja.
Thank you very much, Cherry. I want to remind one thing before that fun part. Last year, we experienced few problems with some clashes between our platform and the security features of the applicants' browsers, and some of them lost their submissions during the submission process. We strongly encourage you. That's why we put this application form to our platform. Please download the application form and collect all your data, everything you want to share with us in a separate document, and then finally submit it. This would be like a friendly advice to just not to lose anything and to not to frustrate yourself during this fun process. What can you win? This is the exciting part. We call it award package. This is a crowded award package. If you become one of the winners, we selection committee members and jury will select 10 winners this year. Every winner will receive 5,000 euros funding for their projects. And this is an equity-free program, so means that we will not ask any percentages of your business. You will have this money and everything that you will learn, and hopefully this will influence your business to grow, and it will still be belonging to you, including the intellectual property of your business. You will be joining the What Design Can Do Accelerator program. This program has two parts. One is a physical bootcamp in Amsterdam, and other part is the online accelerator. So if you become one of the winners, we will fly you to Amsterdam, and an intense and super fun and inspiring 1-week bootcamp program will be waiting for you. We will host you here, and you will meet the other winners, but also the local design leaders, the circularity experts, and previous winners and nominees who lives around us. You will be growing your audience, means that we will help you to share your story through our communication channels, but also through our media partnerships that I showed you before. We will be creating some interviews, creating some stories, sometimes featuring your solutions, and making videos about you. So our whole efforts will be focusing on you. And you will be part of the bootcamp, like I said, and we have quite a crowded network all around the world. So most of these professionals are also willing to support you as mentors. And at the beginning of this program, we will meet with you and we will ask your needs. And based on your needs, we will curate a list of mentors for you. So you will be reaching out to these professionals, or we will connect you with them. And lastly, you will be able to pitch your project on What Design Can Do stages. Like I said at the beginning, we organize design festivals every year. This last year and the previous year, we organized it in Amsterdam and Mexico City, and next year could be even more. We are cooking some fun, exciting stuff about it. And you will be always the superstar of these programs, and you will be on the stage and sharing your solution. And don't worry, throughout this program, we will be helping you with professional public speaker coaches to sharpen your story and help you to relax and share your story as great as best as possible. So this is our reward package. And what is next? So you have time, obviously, until 13th of March. You can submit your solution. You can always reach out to us via challenge@whatdesigncando.com email address if you have any other questions. After like a few slides later, we'll jump into the Q&A session anyways, but later on you might have another question. Please feel free to reach out. And what happens when you submit a project? When you submit a project, us, What Design Can Do professionals, we review your project. If everything goes well, if everything fits in the requirements, we publish your project. Like Chiri said, you have two options. If you are concerned about the intellectual property of your project, if you want to keep it as a secret, maybe you are pending for, I forgot the word. So
Patent.
patent, thank you very much. You are pending patent. You have an option to publish your project privately, which means your project, if you publish it privately, only will be seen by What Design Can Do team members, selection committee members, and jury. That's all. No one will see your project. If you share it publicly, you can visit Make It Circular Challenge platform. You'll see this entries page. Your project will be visible there with the cover picture, short description, and name of it, so anyone can visit your project. And we will review the project, we will publish on that platform, and on March, after the end of open call, our selection committee members will roll their sleeves, and then we'll start reviewing your projects. And end of April, we will share the nominee list. This year, we will announce 30 nominees. And after that, nominees will be matched with jury members, and jury members will review those 30 projects, and they will select the 10 most promising creative climate solutions out of those 30 nominees. And the rest is fun, triumph, bootcamp, and accelerator. We have a frequently asked questions website. If you haven't seen it yet, you will find most of the answers of the questions in that website. But again, if you can't, please feel free to reach out. And yeah, to redesign everything, we need everyone, every one of you. So please join. And it is time for some questions.
There's a few questions in the chat that I'd like to put to you, Tutja.
Let's jump in immediately. And thank you very much for staying with us until this moment. We try to keep it clean and sharp and fast. Chat.
Yes. So there's one question. Are the mentors also scaling partners? So for example, like, are they companies that'll help you scale up? I'm guessing this is a question from Rob.
Could be based on your needs. Sometimes we organize networking events to just bring you together with the potential partners, potential clients, but also some of the winners need super specific experts. Like, I want to ask something about how I can sharpen the differences between my products or services, for instance. For this, we find like a right professionals who will help you and sit with you and give you advice, or sit with you to develop something together. So it could be both.
Yeah, I think in the past, a lot of people have been mentored by, a lot of teams have been mentored by people who are pretty well connected or prominent in their field, and so they get connected via their mentor to other important players who they need in order to scale.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed, that's a good point because these mentors, they are also willing and super excited to support these initiatives. And therefore, they're also willing to open their network, connect you with other initiatives, organizations, open their network for your business and for your growth. So it is not structured as it is, but always it's an unintentional good result of good relations.
Okie dokie. Can I apply if my project was nominated for the Make It Circular challenge? And my concept remains very relevant. This is Philip Harding.
Yes, you can apply.
Cool. Looking forward, Philip. Okay, Anna asks, thank you for the presentation. I have an idea, a concept, but no team or product. Can I still join the challenge or is this too early stage?
To become one of the nominees and winners based on our experiences, I would say it might be a little bit too early, but what's also happening, we sometimes receive this amazing project. It's in the very early stage, but it's very inspirational. Sometimes maybe we can't accept them in the program or they can't become the nominees or winners, but we feature their stories in our blogs, or we sometimes invite them to do an interview because it's such an amazing idea. We just want to chat with that person. So it can create other opportunities, maybe not the nominees, but something that can help you.
Constantine, you are raising your hand. Would you like to ask a question?
Yeah, thank you very much for a good presentation, actually. And it's an interesting topic that we always want to explore. So my question is, I just wanted to ask that, is there a limitation for maybe how many projects one person can submit? Like if I had 2 or 3 projects, is that okay? I can submit all, or I'm limited to 1? Thank you.
Great question. Thank you very much for asking. We forgot to mention, you can submit more than 1 projects.
Oh, good.
Super excited. People are they already have more than 1 project to submit.
And we also have a technical question. I'm trying to find it in the chat. Shasti tried to register but was unable to find the project section to upload their project. Oh, and it looks like Callum has already responded. Thank you. With a link. Does that help you, Shasti?
I'm just trying to find it.
Okay, we can wait a minute on that one then. Let's see. Anybody else?
I see one. Would team individual applicants be evaluated differently, and would projects from different stages be evaluated separately as well? For the first question, would team individual applicants be evaluated differently? Not exactly. We are expecting solutions, but also we know that it's very important having a good team behind the project because it's an intense process, and this accelerator program also a little bit intense, and it requires a team energy and team support, but it doesn't mean that you can't be one of the winners. One of our winners of Make It Circular Challenge, Landless Food, was a 1-person company, but she had a huge network that she mobilized, and she had experts that who are helping her. She had volunteers that she utilized as a part of her team. So this also could be the case. We are asking questions about the team and network because of this reason. Please tell us. You can be the 1 person who is behind everything, but maybe you develop a network around it that who are helping you. Therefore, that we will be sure that you can continue with this project. And for the second question, would projects from different stages be evaluated separately as well? Sort of. We have a scorecard that we provided to our selection committee members. What is a good project means, of course, different. It means different for the early stage and for mature stage. Of course, we can't look for very well finalized financial projections from an early stage, but we can expect a functioning prototype, for instance. So therefore, yes, they will be evaluated differently.
There was a hand raised. Did we already get to you?
I guess it was mine, but you replied to my question.
Oh,
Great.
cool.
So thanks a lot.
This project, or this question, I think from Lidi, I hope I'm pronouncing it okay. I think is worth reading out loud. What if our projects, what if our project is in various topics? So what if it's like a communication project, but also a product project, but also a material project? Should we focus on one? I think that you should pick the category in which your project is the most innovative. So if it is a communication project, but the like the thing that makes your project stands out is in like products or materials, then I would choose products. Or if it's a product, but its main purpose is a communication project, like if the purpose of the product is to communicate, for instance, then I would choose communication. What do you think, Tuğçe?
Yeah, I agree. And side note, during the evaluation process, we ask this question to not to eliminate the projects. We ask it to understand where you think that you map yourself or tag yourself. And this is sort of like it will give some insights about the project, how you position it. So therefore, if you think that it's a communication project, but during evaluation, we noticed that actually this real value of this project lays in more like the product part, we can also reach out to you and say that, would that be okay if we would relabel your project as product? So this also happened before. And last year we had categories based on where they are focusing on which industries, and therefore it was important to pick the right one. But this year, it just gives us insight. So it's not going to be a problem if you pick the wrong one.
Technical question. Lydia is having trouble uploading a profile picture. Does anybody else have that problem?
And we also received some emails about it, but I think our coder team already fixed it. We tested it and it was working, but if you are still having that problem, could you please reach out to us via challenge email address to see that could be about your the browser that you are using, or maybe it's not updated. Sometimes we experience these kind of update issues.
Hallam asks, can I submit a project which I'm actively working on and developing? I think yes. I guess if the thing is, if you don't want it to be shared with the world, if it's still too fresh or you feel protective of it, then you want to hit the don't publish on the What Design Can Do page. Does that?
Honestly, you can share like where you are right now and share that I don't have an answer to this question yet, but I'm hoping or I'm aiming to do this, or I have this vision and therefore I'm here. So it's indeed an application form. It's like a serious situation, but at the end, we are literally trying to understand who you are, what you're doing, why your project is amazing, and what kind of plans you have for the future. So try to be as honest and as real as possible. And if you become one of the nominees, we will be organizing this online pitch sessions where you will be able to present your projects to the jury members. So you will receive these questions anyways. So please share whatever you have in your pocket.
Yeah, and another thing, if your project is still in development, try to present it as fully formed as possible, in the sense that, like, try to get a good image to upload. Try to come up with a catchy name, and a good short description that really describes what it is that makes your project special. Those are some of the first things that the jury sees. So you want to make a good impression there. In the sort of longer description, you can talk about like how you're still figuring out how to manufacture X, Y, or Z, or the app is currently in development, or yeah, you want to acknowledge where you are and where you are not at in your project. You don't have to sort of upsell sort of the fact that it's already finished and ready to fly into the world, but you can represent it in a way that'll still grab our attention, and yeah, and just be very clear about where that project is in whatever stage it's at. Okay, we have another question from Shashti. I also have a research of my project that has the initial wireframes of my service. Can I participate? So can you participate? I think you're asking if you can participate with research, like a research presentation.
If I understand correctly, that research could be indeed an amazing supporting material to. Oh,
Hi, I'm Srishti. I'm
hey.
from India. So basically, my question is like I have a research and the initial wireframes of my project. I don't have a proper development. My project is not ready yet for the development stage, but still, can I participate with my project? Am I audible?
I couldn't fully understand and hear you. Could you, Cherry?
You're not audible, sorry.
I'm very sorry. Could you write your question? If you're asking something separate than this question, could you write it on the chat, please?
Oh,
We
you're
can
not
hear you.
audible. I'm so sorry.
The sound is a little bit fuzzy.
When she writes the question, then we can go back to that, I would say. But to answer your first question, that you can still apply, because research is one of the most important part of a solution development. And you can use that insights, what you learn, what you already gathered as part of your application, because we already ask questions that I'm sure that you have some answers through your research. And there are some parts that you'll see in the application form that we ask, what do you see in the future for your project, what do you think that how it will be used in the future. So you can also express that what you're developing within those questions.
Yeah.
Check.
So in short, we'd love to see your research. Somebody was able to solve, Khalid was able to solve the profile photo problem by uploading from mobile. So that's cool. Here's another question from Nayara. What important qualities would you say made past nominees and winners stand out? I feel like Tuja, you'd be good for answering this one.
Excellent question. Last year we had several verticals that we tried to take into account. We are a global organization, therefore we are trying to have the as diverse selection as possible. So this is one of the important parts of that, why we had such a diverse projects. Another part was we had certain industry verticals, such as what we wear, what we eat, means like fashion and textile, architecture and construction. There were several verticals. So we also try to keep the diversity within those selections that also has had some role in it. But what we noticed that because we are not the ones that who select these projects, our curated international selection committee is doing it. And they review all the projects, and every project reviewed by minimum 3 to 4 experts. And your project receives a comment, overall comment, and a score at the end. All the selection criteria has an equal power on this evaluation process. So impact is equally important with design and creativity, for instance. And what we were looking for was if the applicant is aware of the problem as much as possible, and if the solution is really tapping in the right problem, if the solution is really feasible, if that team or person would receive the financial support, and intellectual support, and network support, would this project really make it? And if that team has this ambition and if they are serious enough to pursue this project, because this is a 1-year program and we host these winners about more than 6 months and we open our network, and it's very important that the applicants or the team itself is ambitious enough to, I'm going to make this happen. That is one of the also most important part. And we try to understand, last year our application format was a little bit different, so therefore we made some changes this year. We try to understand the impact they are creating. If it's really impactful in the topic they are focusing on. If that project is focusing on material development in an architectural ecosystem, and it's low carbon building materials, for instance, if that person really knows what they're doing, and if the solution is really working, if it really has a potential to make a change in that ecosystem itself. So we are literally checking that if it's promising enough, if it's really unique, and the most important thing, if it's really innovative and utilize design in every part of the solution. So when we say design, there's always a misunderstanding that it should look pretty, but the aesthetic is one of the outcomes of design, right? Design also has a play role that using less materials or using less harmful materials, or can be more integrated system with the existing systems, or understands the user better, therefore that it will be embraced way faster. So we are also looking for that if they have a real understanding of how design can transform the solution or where it plays a role. So what you are writing in that application form, that is the way that we try to understand you. When we ask questions about why it is important, why it is innovative, why it is different from others, we are literally looking for that. Tell us how you use design actually to make this solution way different, very strong, very innovative than the other ones. And what kind of design methodologies you embraced. So it has a lot of aspects. That's why it has a very long answer. And that's why we have judging criteria. But if you go to the how to apply page, we have this downloadable document, application guidebook. You will see way more detailed explanation of our judging criteria, what we mean with the impact, what we mean with design and creativity, for instance. And they were strong in every level, and therefore, yeah, they've been selected.
One interesting question. Can a project be led by a child or a group of children?
I don't know. Our, if I'm not wrong, our terms and conditions and our all the intellectual property agreements and winner agreements, everything is settled and shaped around age above 18. But I don't know if that group of children would benefit from such an accelerator program. I don't know. Let's try. Because it's not only
In the past,
sorry, it's not about only winning a competition. One of the journey starts actually when you win the competition. You will be part of 6 months of intense program. If you think that the children can benefit and join this, let's try.
yeah, in the past, there was I think it was a children's television network, and I can't remember how far they got in the challenge, but it was a really interesting project, and yeah,
That
but
we received.
no, a submission to a challenge.
Oh, I was never.
I gotta try. I can't remember the name, but there was a television network. It was really cool. But I think they did have an adult representative as well.
Yeah, you'll also see in the application form in the team and network part that we ask one project leader who will be our contact person, but also we ask the rest of the team members. So if that project is led by an adult, I don't see a reason why the rest of the team members shouldn't be kids. Did we answer all the questions?
Well, Federico asks, how's the whole relationship work out if you live in an inconvenient time zone? So I think you said you were calling from Tokyo, right? That's like pretty inconvenient, yeah.
Last year we had winners from quite a different countries. Almost all of them were from different countries, and we arrange all our online trainings within the 2 different time zones. So if you become one of the winners, we will find a way to fit in your time zone, of course.
Yeah. Also, like if you do get to win the challenge, you're gonna be one amongst maybe 10 people or 10 groups. And so, yeah, we will like make it work.
Are there any questions? I think we answered all the questions on the chat. Is there anybody who is really considering to apply? I see Colum, I see Carla, I see Konstantin, Katesi, Federico. Oh, there are a lot. Great. And is there anybody who already started application process? I see Colum again. I see Farah.
Could you say it again? I didn't get it.
Is there anybody who already started application, filling the application form? I see Katrina. Okay, great. You are at the very beginning. Most of the audience here at the very beginning of this journey. I think you'll see when you start the application process, we try to add a lot of explanation to every question. You'll see tiny, like a I button besides the question. You'll see examples, explanations, but also you can always visit Make It Circular Challenge, No Waste Challenge, winner page, nominee page to get an inspiration, to see what they done. And you can also check our YouTube channel. You'll see our Make It Circular Challenge winners. They pitch their projects on stage in What Design Can Do Amsterdam live event. So this is also one of the things that you will experience, and you can see that what kind of story actually they have. And then you can accordingly shape your own story. There are a lot of inspirations around you. So we reached 1 hour limit. It's amazing timing, by the way. I see one question. What weighting do you give for winning solutions? Feasibility, impact, team size. If you mean this, all the selection criteria has an equal weight on the selection process, Rob, if this is your question. Okay. Katrina, do you want to ask a question, or is it from the previous application question? I see your hand like this. Or maybe you're not with us right now.
Can we maybe drop that email address from the challenge? What was it again? Was it challenge at what design can do?
Yeah. Writing down.
I'll stick that in the chat. So if you do have any questions after this, feel free to write to us.
Yeah. So if you don't have any other burning questions, I'll wrap it up here. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's amazing crowd, and I hope we managed to answer your questions. If we couldn't, please visit frequently asked questions page. You'll see most of these questions there. And if you still have something that needs some attention, please send us email. Shuri just shared the email address, and you can reach out to us, I think, through thousands of other channels, through Instagram, through LinkedIn. Feel free. We are here to support you, help you, because we really need your solutions. So we are here to help. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, we are looking forward to see your project.
Thank you so much. Lovely. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you so much.